Let's get to this. Let's get to this. Kylo's definitely gonna go ahead and react to it though. Stick around, man.
This project, young up and coming star. She's on 2 songs. How did you find Jessie Reyes?
I was coming home. I got home one night from a video shoot actually, and she was on TV. It was the Seth Meyers show, and she was doing that song Gatekeeper, and I was like, "Who the fuck is this?" Because her voice to me was so crazy. So I rewound it, and I was like, "Oh shit, I gotta check her out." So I went down the wormhole of looking up shit, and I was like, "Yo, I really want to fuck with this chick," because she.
A lot of people are fucking with this singer. I gotta listen to her for sure.
I think she's gonna really blow up. That's my personal opinion. I've seen people, very talented people, not do that, but I think that I would put my money on her that she will absolutely be huge. But I don't even know if like necessarily in the pop world or anything like that. I don't feel like she does pop music. I feel like she comes from a real place and she writes her own shit. First time I got in the studio with her, I played her a couple beats and she just started writing to one right there. Laid a hook, Good Guy. I was like, oh shit.
So she wrote the hook.
Quick. To Good Guy.
To Good Guy.
Yeah.
Oh damn, that's what's up.
Singing at the end.
Yeah.
There's Nice Guy, Good Guy.
Good Guy.
And the reason that happened is because, oddly enough, she had already had a song called Nice Guy. She had that song, right? So I think that was the last day I was in LA. I came back home and wrote to that one.
I wonder if there's going to be a part 4 for the interview.
Too, but they're both saying Nice Guy, Good Guy. And I was like, fuck it, I'll make it like it's kind of one song.
Dre's all over this project?
Dre's input is all over it, for sure. He felt like.
I think that's cool what he said, that Dre's input is all over the album, because I did see an interview of 50 Cent that 50 Cent said that every time he drops a song, he has to show Eminem the song, and if he gets no reaction from Eminem, then he doesn't put the song out. So I like that, the same thing Eminem does with Dre. I like that.
Me and him had a couple discussions about the last album, and one of the things that he said to me was, like, he hit me up one day, he was like, yo, I don't like how motherfuckers are talking about your album. And he had heard Revival, right?
Yeah.
Him and Jimmy Iovine had sat in there and listened to most of the songs I had done at Rick Rubin's studio. And based off that reaction, I think Dre was a little confused too when that happened with Revival. Probably not more so than me, but
I don't know why people hated Revival. I loved Revival, man.
Earlier in the year, and I think I had only had one song by that time. This was like January.
Yeah.
I had the one song and was thinking about releasing it, and then wrote another song. When I got back to Detroit, recorded it. Like, okay, now I got 2 songs. I might as well do a fucking album. And that's kind of how that came about. But Dre also, there's a couple songs that he kind of deaded them just because he didn't have a good reaction to them, and he also felt like one of them was going a little far.
Damn.
A song?
Hey, man.
What does that mean?
Yeah, okay, so he's saying that Dre deaded a song, basically said that, no, this song can't be on the album because it's gone too far. I need to listen to this song. Somebody leaked the song. Please, we need to listen to the song. Ah, man.
Like, how far did it go?
It definitely went too far.
When you say go too far, I feel like Kamikaze was the place where if you were ever going to go
right, definitely
too far, this is where it would be. You did the BET verse for the rap cipher, and in it, you covered a lot of content that was relevant to the world we live in today that some folks want to sweep under.
That's so true, right? Like, imagine how bad, not bad, but imagine how far he must have gone in that song. Think about it. On the BET Cypher freestyle that he did, yo, he went in on Donald Trump. And on Kamikaze, the album, he went in on other rappers. So if he went that hard on these songs and on the Cypher, imagine how far he went with this song for Dre to be like, nah, bro, that's too far. Oh my goodness, I need to listen to that song somehow.
to the rug, and this is my own personal opinion. Conversations we have every day on Shade 45 on Sway in the Morning. We talk about, you know, the injustice, policies, prejudice. We talk about discrimination, all of these different things, whether or not we're in the middle of a race war that is trying to be perpetrated by people in power. Not a war in the sense where people are going to pick up guns and shoot at, well, maybe, shit.
Right.
But in terms of psychologically, the whole nine. So when you did that verse on the BET Cypher, what I thought why it was necessary, King Crooked had a song called I Can't Breathe, where he talks about, man, we can't just be the only ones saying this.
White rappers shouldn't stay quiet.
White rappers shouldn't stay quiet.
I can't tell you how hard that line hit me. It was
Damn. Facts.
to the point where
I like that.
I'm like, this is how strong I feel about something. I gotta put it in the right words, you know? And I saw shit where it was like, oh, these are not new subjects, they're new to Eminem, and you know, that kind of shit.
How did you respond to that reaction? You got backlash for that, you know, especially when you.
I got backlash for the Trump cipher, and you know, it is what it is. At least when this shit is all said and done, maybe I can just be on the right side of history. But you got.
I think Eminem is a genius, man.
Bars and going, oh, this shit is trash. It's not even that good, and like.
Listen, why do people say that his bars are not that good? People need to understand Eminem is a freaking genius, man. Eminem is a GOAT. Eminem is a genius, and when it comes to rap, Eminem will be, if not the best, one of the best to ever go down in history, man. Like, he's opened up so much opportunity for rappers. Like, think about it, man. I hate when people say that his bars suck. Those people that say that his bars suck do not know real rap.
That's not what it's about. You're missing the whole point. You know what I'm saying? I'm trying to say this also to my fan base who might have voted for him. A lot of people in my fan base probably did.
Right, probably.
And at the time I did the cipher, I realized after it was all said and done that maybe I should have just attacked him.
When you said you drew that line in the sand, maybe you should have not done that. You should have reworded it and showed empathy towards.
Well, that's what I realized after I was done. That's kind of how I felt, because
he's talking about the line in the cipher. For those of you guys that didn't see it, he's basically dissing Donald Trump the entire cipher, and then towards the end of the cipher, he begins to diss those fans of his that voted for Trump. He basically says, like, if you're with Trump, then you're not with me. Fuck you guys. Basically is what he was saying. So now he's saying he probably shouldn't have taken it to that point.
It's like, okay, this is backfiring on me, and I don't care. I don't give a fuck if that's what happened and hurt my sales. I don't care about that.
Yeah.
I care about the message I'm trying to convey.
Why you felt a need to stand up, though? What was that for you as Marshall? What made you?
Because
let's hear this out.
Because I was just watching it every single day. I watch a lot of news, right?
Yeah.
The thing that pissed me off the most, that really set me off when I started going crazy with the pen, because I'm like, the Kaepernick thing. And when that shit happened and how he kept changing the narrative and kept changing the narrative, you fucking, I can't, I don't want to get into this whole Trump thing anymore, but
well, you mentioned
you can tell that he really doesn't like Donald Trump, just the way that he's kind of getting heated, even just talking about the whole entire thing, man. And see, whether you're for Donald Trump or not, I'm not gonna get into it, but I do feel like if you have a powerful audience and you're that powerful that whatever you say people will listen to, I feel like you should maybe talk about the things that you believe in, right? Because a lot of times, man, in America, people feel a certain way about a certain thing and they have the audience to speak to, but they don't because they want to be politically correct. So I do think that if you have an audience, or not even if you have an audience, just as a human being in general, you should always voice your opinions, man. Don't ever let somebody keep your opinions tight. If you have an opinion, speak your opinion, whether you have an audience or not, because more people need to be like this.
And at the end of the ringer, Agent Orange sending a Secret Service to your house. Did the Secret Service really come to your house after that?
They came to my studio, yeah.
Okay.
Oh,
and
shit. Secret Service came to the studio?
Asking me questions about my lyrics to see if what the intent was behind them, and if I was making a actual threat or just expressing myself. So
that really happened. Wow, that's crazy. Right now, what we're seeing too, because Colin Kaepernick was named the face of Nike's 30th anniversary of Just Do It. You saw that, right? And
76 Collective, welcome to Flow Nation family.
Slew of people that are now burning Nike shoes and Nike
I saw that
products.
It's infuriating.
Yeah, what do you think?
Let's talk about that whole thing, man. When people are burning Nike shoes and Nike products over that whole campaign, think about it, guys. You guys already spent the money on that. You know what I mean? You're the fool for burning it. You feel me? Like, you shouldn't burn things that you paid for with your money. If you felt strongly about that, all you have to do is literally just say something about it. Don't burn your own stuff that you bought. You know what I mean? Like, give it away, but don't burn it. You paid good money for it.
Infuriating.
Yeah.
Like, really? Nike supports people who kneel for the anthem. At this fucking point, come on. Seriously? Right. Seriously? You gotta be a fucking moron to think that that's just what it's about and it's that fucking cut and dry. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Like,
I love Eminem's mind, man. Eminem is a freaking, he's a great man and a genius, man. I'm loving this interview.
A fucking pair of shoes. When you go about your fucking day and you got your job and you're thinking about all this other shit, that's what really fucking bothers you? People ain't gonna stop watching football. They're just not.
Yeah.
Football to me is the best sport there is.
Okay.
And what draws you to the game should not be, if that's how you feel about your country and you feel like you should stand for the anthem.
Eminem is really smart, for sure.
That's fine. But you also need to realize that this is America and people have died for these rights to be able to protest and to be able to take a knee. Stop making it fucking personal about yourself. You have nothing to do with this.
Facts. See, I will say that Eminem is so smart what he's saying there, man. Like, I feel like also what he kind of means is I feel like a lot of people are bandwagoning this thing, right? Where they're just jumping on, hey, let's burn Nike stuff just because. Like, I literally know a guy, man, who didn't burn the stuff, but he cut up all his Nike stuff, man. And when I tell you that this guy doesn't even know the story behind what's going on, this guy literally just did it just to do it because everybody else is doing it. And then he's like, yeah, fuck Nike. I'm like, bro, what? Have your own opinion, guys. Like Eminem does.
I agree. We got to get back to Tyler, the Creator, man.
Ooh, Tyler, the Creator.
I'm a big fan of Tyler.
Let's get it. And, this is where the juice is at.
Saw him perform. I know that Tyler was a big fan of yours growing up, right? And then I recall you even reading about you saying some good things about our future, how they're pushing boundaries years ago.
Yeah, for sure.
And you said some great things about them as a talent, as pushing boundaries, as a group, our future as a whole.
Yeah.
What happened with you guys?
Yeah, no, I really did like him. I thought, like,
he said I really did like him.
Their movement was really cool too.
Did y'all make music?
We didn't make music, but you know, I just felt like, okay, there's a mutual respect, you know. And a lot of the shit that ended up happening after that, like the tweet he put out with talking about Shady 15 and why can't people that are close to him tell him that his shit sucks and it's trash, and like, okay, listen, man.
Yeah, so Tyler, the Creator, talk shit about Eminem?
And it could really suck. But being that somebody really was cool to you, you would expect some kind of reciprocation, and just don't go public with it and publicly express your opinion and how much my shit is trash. Okay, so I chalk it up to them being young and just kids, you know what I'm saying? So it's like, all right, I've been there. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Like, I was dick when I first came out. You know what I'm saying? Like,
I like what Eminem is saying. He's basically, man, I feel like the reason he dissed a lot of these rappers, he's talking about the Tyler, the Creator, man. He's like, you know what I mean? Like, I get it. Like, you don't have to like the album. You don't have to like this. You don't have to like that, right? But, man, you don't go publicly saying it's fucking trash. You feel me? Especially when I was so cool to you. You feel me? And I think that is some fuck shit from Tyler, the Creator, to be honest. Because let's say you had a friend for a while. You looked out for your friend. You've been cool to him and shit like that. You feel me? And out of nowhere, he's just like, yo, you know, yada 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 sucks. You know, it's like, yo, what the fuck? Like, I thought we was cool. Like, you know, I looked out for you.
Yeah, man, you were.
I know.
Yeah.
I feel bad about it. I'm sorry if I ever was a dick to you, but I don't think I ever was. Was I?
Yeah, one time, man. But hey,
Oh, yeah,
That's awkward
too
as fuck.
No, man, so I liked him, and then Earl Sweatshirt gets in an interview after Tyler trashes me, and then Earl Sweatshirt, anybody who listens to Eminem's drinking too much Mountain Dew, and
wow, that's fucked up.
and I'm just like, really? Like, what the fuck? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, you guys were just on tour with us. We hung out, like, we kicked it, make jokes, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, so the last straw, like, look, I know a lot of this shit. I could come across being very petty.
Yeah.
But at a certain point in time,
Mountain Dew is good though, for sure.
someone has their breaking point. You know what I'm saying? So when Tyler tweeted out the thing about Walk on Water, this fucking song is horrible, I was like, all right, I need to say something now, because
Okay, so yeah, so I guess it was like a combination of multiple tweets, man, with Tyler the Creator and his crew were bashing Eminem, and he's like, yo, we just went on tour together, we kicked it, and then when Tyler the Creator came out and tweeted out saying that Walk on Water was trash, that's when Eminem felt like attacked. And honestly, I feel like when Revival came out, everybody was jumping on that bandwagon of saying that the album sucked just because. I know a few people, whether it be fans, whether it be friends, that said Revival sucks and they haven't even listened to a song in Revival. They were just jumping on the bandwagon. So I think Eminem felt attacked, and that's why he did what he did with all these songs.
this is fucking stupid, you know? But at the same time, I'm not gonna let everybody just keep fucking, I'm not gonna be America's punching bag and motherfuckers just want to think it's cool and safe to say
I'm streaming
whatever
tomorrow,
the fuck
Josh.
they want about me.
I think it shocks people, because for all your career, you was the I just don't give a fuck guy.
That can work both ways.
How so?
Because you don't give a fuck, you will fire back at somebody who says something about you. I picked and chose who that I wanted to say my piece with.
Yeah.
Because
Okay.
a lot of those things were personal.
Okay, so yeah, that's a lot of things that people are saying. They're like, yo, how can you be so freaking like upset that people are talking shit about you when you were that same guy that talked shit about so many people back in the day? And he's saying it works both ways. Like, I cannot give a fuck about dissing you. But I honestly, to be honest, even though he dissed a lot of people, like, it's because he had beef with them. But like, it's like when you feel attacked, bro, when you feel like everyone is against you, you're still a human being, and you're gonna go crazy, man. You're gonna be like, yo, fuck it, the world is against me, I'm gonna show them who the fuck is the GOAT. That's how I feel like Eminem is feeling.
But then there's a lot of things that aren't personal in Kamikaze. You know, it's just the game and competition. You know what I'm saying? And
Spirit of an MC.
spirit of an MC, yeah. But you know, with the Tyler the Creator thing, man, I realize now, and I realized when I said it, but I wasn't like in the mind frame of, I was angry when I said the shit about Tyler. The fact of like, every time I saw this kid, like, I'm always so cool to you. You know what I'm saying? Like, I loved his energy, like everything, you know what I'm saying? Like, he was a funny dude, like he's super charismatic and shit. But I'm sitting back like, man, at what point do I have to say something?
Exactly, man. Like, you can only take so much, man.
The word that I called,
It's one thing to just say one thing, right? Like, if you just say like, and I feel like if Tyler the Creator, because like he even said it, like it was a buildup of tweets. He kept going at him. I feel like if he just left it at that one tweet, Eminem would have never have said anything about the Tyler the Creator thing. But the fact that he kept getting attacked by Tyler the Creator and his crew throughout Twitter, not attacking Eminem personally, but like attacking his music, I feel like that just kept building up. And then at what point do you just sit there and say like, fuck it, I need to say something?
on the album was, on that song, was one of the things where I felt like this might be too far, because in my
The homophobic slur.
quest, in my quest to hurt him, I realized that I was hurting a lot of other people
Right,
by
right.
saying it. And at the time, I was so mad. It was just whatever. But in the midst of everything else that was going on this album and the things that it took to pull this album together and all that kind of shit, it was one of the things that I kept going back to going, I don't feel right with this. Before the album came out, I had the conversation with Paul and we spun the word back. But now I realize people can hear what I'm saying anyways.
In the case of this, man, I feel like just, man, I wish you and Tyler could sit down and hash that one out now that you fired your shot back and he said what he said, because I think that's a special young man, and he could probably use your mentorship and you could probably feed off of what he has to offer as well. I could tell it's different from Joe or some of the other names.
Yeah, it's definitely different. It's not as personal. It's one of them things like, all right, dude, you deserve a tap now because
Right.
I think you thought it was cool to just, because you slid with the other things, and I didn't say shit, because like I said, I was chalking it up to them being young and just kids, man. I'm like, but at the same time, at what point do I just gotta keep taking this shit?
Oh my God, there is a part 4. Oh my God, listen, before we see the preview to the part 4, I do believe Eminem has a fucking right to stand up for himself. All these people saying like, yo, Eminem is being a bitch by dissing everybody back when he used to be the guy that disses so many people. But listen, like, it's like you're a human being at the end of the day, and when you feel attacked by all these rappers, right, that were one day cool with you or that you looked out for or anything like that, at what point is it okay? You know what I mean? Like, at what point do you say, fuck it? You know what I mean? Like he said right there, like he gave Tyler the Creator lots of chances by multiple tweets and not saying shit. And then he said, at what point? Like, you know, I have to say something now. Like, I'm letting you slide. I let you slide for a few tweets and you keep going, bro. Damn.
People took that line and thought you were indirectly talking about Drake.
What I'm telling you with these lines is,
Oh, part 4, he's asking him about Drake. Oh my goodness.
I don't know what's real and what's not at this point. I'm telling you that if I ever need a ghostwriter, I need to just fucking put the mic down.
Oh, oh, oh. Shots at Drake.